Hey everybody, in 2023, VVC Life is taking things to a whole new level. And how can you be a part of that? By joining our Patreon. Once you become a member, you'll get access to tons of new content every week. You also get access to our exclusive Discord and also some live events that are going to only be for our members. All of our shows like Indie Show, Every's Lounge, and Black Watch Theater all have exclusive content that you will be able to access anytime you want to. Also, you'll be supporting our growth. So why waste time? Join the Patreon right now. Patreon.com/VVC Life. We'll see you guys in the comments. Peace.
I got something to say. You see it. This is one time for your mind. This is part of the show where it's my cold open where I get some stuff off of my mind, right? And today, okay, so have you all ever offered, given somebody asked you for some advice and you gave them advice and then they come back and was like, they did the opposite? So that's what happened to me today. So and it really bothered me for a second because I was just like, the audacity, ask me for my opinion on something and you do the complete opposite. It was like, oh, that didn't work. No, really? So this young dude came up to me. He was like, he knows I'm an actor, right? And so he was asking some questions about acting, right? So he was talking about agents and getting the script done and all that. Dude, start from the beginning. You just can't just fly in the fly. You got to walk. So I'm just telling him to see. I always tell folks, if you want to get into the movie industry, TV, or whatever, acting, start at the bottom. Be a background actor, an extra. If you can be on set for the 10, 12 hours doing background work, you're good to go. But if you can't stand doing that as an extra, yeah, this is not the industry for you. All right. So that was last week. Today, this young dude comes to me. No, this industry this is not my thing. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what happened this weekend? And he was like, yeah, I had an audition. Wait, stop. What? An audition? Nobody told you to audition? Well, I found an agent. What are you doing? Wait, stop. Really, stop. So he was telling me he found an agent online and they gave him a script to read and he's messing up. And I'm like, bruh, ain't nobody told you to do that, man. I told you just to be an extra. Look for these companies. I was like, what is the name of the company you was auditioning for? Because there are companies out there, agencies that are fake agencies. They will take your money by doing these little audition scams. Come to find out, this dude found somebody that was in Houston. I was like, bro, why are you auditioning for somebody in Houston? Anyway, it was blowing my mind. And I had to step away before I went off on him. And by the end of the day, I gave him a list of extras casting in the ATL that he could look for. But this dude had found somebody in a whole nother state and he is upset and scared about auditioning. I was like, of course you were scared to audition. You ain't ready for this, man. Nobody told you to do none of this. And if you're watching, bruh, listen next time. If somebody gives you some advice, take it, especially if they know what they're talking about. One time for your mind, it's your man Mastermind. JS1, play my theme music.
Hey yo, that time, man. The indie show. My main man Mastermind.
The indie show, indeed, the flow sickening. Masterminded by mastermind, the plot thickens. Good riddance to other pies, the odds against them. Tuesday at 8 p.m., we back in business. Key is in the building, Jay is in the building. Giving the feeling that most of y'all been missing. All things indie, is it banging or whack? Can't call it, but we'll be the judge of that. And Logic came through with the verbal assist. Major League, we envy, ain't no canceling this. And Logic came through with the verbal assist. Major League, we envy, ain't no canceling this. And I'm gone.
The indie show with Mastermind.
Yeah. Yeah. One time for your mind, it's your man, Mastermind. I'd like to welcome each and every one of y'all to the Indie Show, All Things Indie. I want to wish you all a very happy first full day of spring. Yesterday afternoon was spring, but today we got our full taste of spring, and hopefully y'all was warm today because it was freezing like a mug yesterday. I was like, how's it gonna be cold on spring? So that's what it do. Look, they already in the chat room. 19K Productions is in the building. What up, Detroit? Stand up. Yes, sir. You know how we do. Hey, JS.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go ahead and get it started. Hello, neighbor.
Let's do it.
Hello, neighbor.
Yes, hello neighbor is where I get to kick my shots and show love to all our supporters and everybody that's out there showing us love. All right. So the first thing I want to do, I have to show love to our platinum viewers, all of those indie insiders out there. And to become an indie insider, all you have to do is watch the show 3 weeks in a row, and you participating in the chat, and we lock you in until you go disappear again. All right, then you lose your status. But shout outs to JKL, Heath Gunn on the West Coast. Shout outs and send some prayers to Heath Gunn and his lovely wife RC. They're currently ill right now, so y'all make sure that they're feeling better. All right. Sam Anderson, Duo Mula, and then you gotta add Any and Everything podcast out there. So shout outs to them. All right, Detroit, stand up. What else I got? I got to say hello to my big homie. He is my executive producer. He holds me down and makes us sound and look good. It's the one and only JS1.
Oh man, I'm here. Let's do it.
That's what's up. And what else I got to say? Oh, check this out. If you guys listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show, I got a chance to meet just randomly. I met Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and she is cool to death. What's crazy is I recognized her voice first, so I heard her talking, asking for some help. Behind me, I said, "Oh, I know that voice. People just don't sound like this person." So big shout outs to Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Good people. Y'all tap in and listen to the show every morning on your black radio station.
So are you gonna have her on the show?
No, I kept it. I didn't shoot no shots. It's like, hey, come on, be on my show.
You tripping? I slammed.
I'm tripping.
I need you. I want you as I need you. You need to come on to the show.
Maybe next time. So now that I've established this relationship, I got it next time.
Gotcha.
Oh, yo. So I need to shout out a couple of people that's been on the show before. First up is Candace Stanfield. She is going to be working in the mayor's office in the city of Atlanta. She was already telling us that she was doing big things when she was on the show. And I think her position just found out this month, and she is going to be starting sometime soon. So I guess now or in April, she's going to be working for the mayor. So big shout out. You know, you come on the show and your whole life change. You just blow up like crazy. Shout out to Kathy Rankin, the former casting director we had on the show. Mm-hmm. Her event In Their Shoes is coming up the first Saturday in April, and she's doing a comedy edition. So she has at least 6 people lined up. It's probably going to be more because it's like a 2.5 hour event. But people just wanting a chance, starting out doing comedy. That is going to be an event. Tickets in advance are either $15 or $20. So if you're in the ATL area, look for In Their Shoes. It's an event by Kathy Rankin. It's at a great location. So make it do what it do if you out in New Park. All right.
Hey, real quick question, Mastermind.
Yeah.
What day is that again?
That is the April 1st, I think. It's either April 1st or the 2nd. No, it's the 1st because the Diva's birthday is on the 9th, and that is on the Sunday, the same day as Easter.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. I'm going to be in Atlanta on the 6th, and I leave early in the morning on the 9th. And I did not know that. If I had known it was going to be the Diva's birthday, I'd have switched. Can I switch my flight? I'm going to check and see if I can switch the flight. But, dang, man. I'm sorry. That sucks. Let me take y'all out to dinner while I'm in town. Like, we should go out to dinner.
We can definitely chop it up after the show or on the after show.
On the after show. We'll figure it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me say what else I got. I need all of y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe this show on Pandora, on Apple, Amazon Music, even the Facebook page. Show me some love at Spotify. Do that for me. All right. Cool. And last but not least, we brought it up. The after show is going to come on immediately following this show, 10 p.m. Our special guest is going to be Jamar Langley. He is the R&B singer that's currently competing on NBC's The Voice. He's on Chance the Rapper's team. So he's going to join us as we recap tonight's episode, and we'll learn more about this artist. Plus, we're going to be premiering a brand new video from Meech Almighty that takes place at 10 p.m. tonight, immediately following this show. All right, you can find us on patreon.com/BBC Life. That's it. It's time for us to move on to Previously On.
That's one of my favorite segments. Hold on, let's get it cracking.
Previously on Ready to Die.
So last week we had a great guest. It was A.V. Perkins. She is the co-founder of Dope. University of Dope is the new black card game. You need it in your life. It's a lot of fun, especially like hip hop and black culture. That's the game for your game night. All right. So here's a clip from AV when she was on our Indie University segment.
Now, bam.
All right. Someone watching this interview may be contemplating starting their own business. What advice would you give them?
To just do it. Just do it. It's about mindset as well. You have to get I know it's very cliche to say, but you have to have your mind right before you start anything. But do the investigating, because some people, they get overzealous and they just quit their job. Don't do that, especially if you're someone who relies and thrives on the security of your 9 to 5, if that's what you have. But yeah, commit to your mind that you're going to do it and start doing it.
The Indie Show, all things indie podcast.
There we go. Big shout out to A.V. Perkins. He's good people. Good people. He came with us on the Instagram. So that's what's up. So with that said, we've done all the recapping and shouting out. It's time for us to introduce to you our special guest. Her name is Mylena Sutton, and she is the leadership fanatic over at Voltage Vista. What does that all mean? I don't know, but we're going to learn today. If you think you're a leader or you want to be a leader, she is the woman that you need to talk to. But I've said enough. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, put your hands together for the one and only Mylena Sutton. Hello, how we doing?
Hello. I don't get theme music. I mean, what happened?
Hey, you need to talk to your producer. Look, welcome to the show. I am so happy. Well, first of all, I'm happy that you're here, and I'm very happy that you said yes when I reached out to you.
Indeed. It's actually an honor and a pleasure to talk to anybody who's willing to listen to me. I love what I do and I enjoy these conversations.
Now, look, we got ourselves a talker, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not going to be hard pulling teeth and getting questions answered. I love it. So this is a safe space. We can be ourselves, relax, have fun. It's informative and entertaining all at the same time. I like to tell people this podcast is secretly a late night talk show. So we'll have a lot of fun. You ready?
All right, I'll hold you to it.
All right, cool. So the first segment we're about to do is called elevator pitch.
Who the hell do you think you are?
All right. In elevator pitch, you have a certain amount of time to pitch to me and our audience who you are. All right. So it's 10 seconds per floor, and we are going to the top floor, which is the third floor. So you have 30 seconds to pitch yourself to me. If it's good, we shall continue. If it's terrible, I'm going to say, Mylena, thank you so much for your time, but we're going to end it here. All right. So no pressure. Because I've seen people do a fantastic job in 10 seconds, crash and burn in 60. You ready?
Ready.
I got a clock and everything. Look at this. All right, JS, tell her when to go.
And go.
Indeed. My name is Mylena Sutton. I work with leaders as well as people in their personal capacity to help them figure out what really matters to them. All too often we talk about leadership, but we don't get clear on what our goals are. And from there, whether you're dealing with a team that you lead on the clock or off the clock, I help you figure out how to connect what you do in terms of your routines with what you say matters so you get to where you say you're going to go. That's it.
That's it. Look at that. That's it. Dropped it on them with like 3 seconds left on the clock. Congratulations. That was wonderful. I think you've done this a couple of times. It was ready. Look, big shout out to our resident comedian, Jay Kales is in the building. What up? Thank you, sir. So tell everybody, spread the word, tune in now. We're going to have a lot of fun. Look, Mylena looks like she's just straight business. I promise you. We're probably going to be laughing and kikiing and all that stuff. All right. This is where it gets really good because this is one of my favorite segments. It's called New Phone Who This?
New phone, who this? New phone, who this?
I love it when our guests start laughing at all our segments. This is perfect.
Like, what is this?
I told you this is a late night talk show. This is us. This is how we do. If you thought you were coming just to sit here and be like, "Hello, my name is such and such, and we are talking about," no, we don't do that. That's not what we do here.
You are straight caffeinated. That's all I gotta say.
Look, I wish. Okay, so in this segment, all I need for you to do is keep it 100 and answer the questions. Can you do that for me?
I don't know, but I'm trying.
I don't know. Look, she being honest right now. She don't know what she's gonna tell me to do. All right, cool. JS, what's the first question? Do you tip for carry-out meals?
I get mad about it, but I do.
Why do you do it?
Because I feel obligated, social pressure. I'm like,
Forget that. Look, if I walk up to the store and I have to grab my own food, all you did is cook it like you were supposed to cook it. I'm not about to give you no money.
well, see, the reason I do it, with the pandemic life, I'm now feeling sorry for people who work in restaurants. On the other hand, I'm like, they ain't do nothing. But I tip out of pressure. I do. I didn't say necessarily it was 35%, but I do tip when I pick up for takeout.
Okay, baller. Okay, I got you. Look, people, if you're in the chat room, you can participate too. This is a very interactive show. All right. Cool. Next question. What's your favorite cereal as a child and now as an adult?
I just talked about this. I'm on this health kick where I'm improving my diet. but I
Mhm.
still put Frosted Flakes in my cart. I mean, I am
Yeah.
so sorry. And I want Frosted Flakes with the bananas. That's just what I want.
What?
You didn't eat
What's the
Frosted Flakes
bananas?
with thin slices of banana in it when you were a kid?
No.
It seems
I
like
don't
you were
put none of
neglected,
yours-
guy.
All
I
right,
don't know what to
Mastermind.
tell you.
You bugging right now, Mastermind. You
I don't
bugging.
know.
What?
Yeah.
You put bananas in your Frosted Flakes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
put bananas in my Frosted Flakes, bro.
Yeah.
Bruh, what is this world
Yeah.
coming to? Look, first of
I
all, big
mean-
shout out to J. Marie Premium Sneakers. I love the format of this show. So fun. Thank you, J. Marie. You too can promote and advertise on our show. We'll tell you about that later. Yeah, no, I don't put anything in my Frosted Flakes. Maybe in Corn Flakes, you can put some of that fruit and such in there. But man, y'all on that. All right, cool. You think the fruit is gonna balance out the diabetes in the Frosted Flakes?
Well, actually, not because banana's kind of sweet anyway. So you can double the.
We're just losing. Look, next
But it
question.
tastes good.
Okay. What 70s, 80s, 90s TV show would you reboot? I asked that question because there are a lot of TV shows right now that have been rebooted. For example, one of my favorites is Magnum PI on NBC.
Dude with the big mustache. Wasn't that Burt Reynolds who was on that show? I mean,
The
okay,
disrespect is real. The disrespect is real.
Dude with the big mustache. That is narrowing it down. What happened with this dude with the mustache?
When I think that show, for some reason, I'm thinking, wasn't it Burt Reynolds? He had this huge mustache. And that's all I think when I think of him. I don't think about the acting. I think that huge mustache.
Tom Selleck?
I don't even know who that is.
Lord. Look, I don't even know if Burt Reynolds was ever on TV. Huge mustache for the win. No. Look, all right, she failed this question. Moving on. Does punctuation or the lack thereof bother you in text and tweets?
Text, absolutely. If it's more than like 4 or 5 words, I'm gonna need some punctuation. I have a girlfriend now. This is terrible. I wouldn't tell her this. I was hiring for an admin, and she was like, "Oh, I can help you out." And I'm like, "No, I see how you post in text. I cannot. Because if you see me a message like that, it would take me 10 minutes to just decode it." I know. I could have told her, but I didn't have the courage.
No, she missed out on that job because she doesn't use punctuation.
Punctuation.
Yeah, FMLA all day. Let's go. Look, if I have to be able to, if the only way for me to understand your text is to close my eyes and hear how you speak, there's a problem.
There's a problem.
I used to do that in the past. Shout out to my big homie Neville, rest in peace, brother. He used to have the longest run-on sentences, and it was just like, yo. And he didn't use periods. He just double-spaced.
Oh my God. He must be my homegirl. I mean, literally paragraphs. You're like, not a comma, not a period, not a capital letter. It's just running. No, can't do it.
Sorry, JKL says she don't know white people. Well, you special. Next question.
All right.
I got, how do you like your wings? You see the list. And then I need to know, you like drums, flats, or both?
I actually like Frank's sauce on mine. I don't need barbecue sauce. I want Frank's hot sauce on my wings, fried, crispy. And I actually prefer flats.
Flats. Oh, we got a flat person. I got you. She put that in on everything. I got you. I see you. Good answer. Next question. In spades, which is the big joker? The big colorful joker, the small black and white one, or the 2 of diamonds? She's about to say it, Jay. She's about to say it.
I know what she's going to say.
I don't play spades. As a matter of fact,
Wait, is this 3 guests in a row? I feel like this is 3 guests in a row.
Nobody's ever picked me for their spades team. If we were playing Uno, I got you. But spades, no. I grew up in a Tonk and 21 family. We didn't play spades.
Shorty said Tonk.
Tonk and
Tonk
21.
and 21.
I
But
play
no-
Tonk and I play 21, but I also play spades. I ain't going.
No. We're not talking about spades right now. Spades.
We are talking about spades right
And,
now.
I mean,
I'm not talking about spades right now.
The literal question is about spades.
How she gonna just change you phone who it is? I don't understand. Look, do you play Tonk? No, man, I don't play Tonk. All right. All right, next question. Pick one concert that's happening this year. Janet, Jill Scott, Maxwell, a New Edition.
Jill just happened last week in Philly. So yeah, I'm going with Jill.
Woo! Yeah, I like Jill.
By
I wouldn't mind
far,
going to her
great
concert.
show. Great show. I've seen her a couple of times. Absolutely love Jill's show. She's probably one of my favorite younger artists because I tend to skew toward old school.
You do. Yeah, you got the old woman vibe.
I forget you. Look, it might be true, but I don't need you to say it.
This is a safe space.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Look, you're rubbing it in with the Jill Scott. So, because I really want to do this. J. Kell says spades must be a dying game. No.
Yes,
no,
J. Kell
no,
is dying.
I have these highfalutin people in the upper echelons who don't know how to play good card games. Spades is for the common man, I guess.
Really?
No. Don't
Well,
use the term.
look.
Don't use the term common man. It's the everyday man. You know what I'm saying? It's for the everyday man. That's what it's for.
Uno is the new spades. I'm with Kev Williams. Uno is the new spades.
Uno is the new spades. Uno is the new
for
Uno.
4-year-olds. Yeah, right. Uno is
Uno.
for children.
Uno.
Like
Children. I mean, children, we got good stuff going for children. Why can't we, be with them? Because they got something. Y'all don't have nothing with this space game. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's move on to the next question.
Yeah, next one. You said, what's your favorite go-to sandwich? Tuna, grilled cheese, fried bologna, peanut butter, and jelly.
I would eat any of them except number 3. I don't do fried bologna.
Okay. Why is that?
First of all, I haven't bought bologna probably since I left undergrad. I just don't eat bologna. I had a tuna fish sandwich probably a couple days ago, and whenever I'm running late for a gig, I always take a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It travels well. There
you go. Now, do you fry your peanut butter jelly sandwiches?
I thought about it, but I hadn't gotten around to it because notice I said when I'm running late, so I never have time to fry it. But
the fact that this is an option, I've had people on this show talking about they love fried peanut butter and jelly. I just can't fathom it.
I will say this: I might be willing to try it, but I don't really want to like it. And here's why: I don't want to like stuff that's bad for me, and you can't convince me that a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich is anything even remarkably healthy.
Oh no, not at all.
So yeah,
not at all.
I try to things that I think I might like that I know aren't healthy. I won't even try because I'm like, I might like it, and now there's one more thing to tempt me.
All right. Next question. What's the title of your autobiography?
Design the life that you want to live.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. I'm always impressed by the people who can rattle off that question without thinking about it. It does something to me. I was just like, that is what's up. And were you always thinking about writing a book with that title?
Actually, it's my life mantra. I believe that so many of us live a life that's dictated by what we think the demands are on us. And we don't realize how we have a lot more choices than we actually do. We see ourselves as victims, even when we have choices, even though sometimes A and B could both be things you don't want, but you always have a choice. And for me, I just feel like I'm going to live my life on my own terms, and I'll take the lumps that come with it. But I'd rather do that than feel like I'm always wearing a catcher's mitt. I like to pitch a little bit.
Oh, dude, she is preaching already. This is what I'm talking about. This is about to be a great show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next question. This is my favorite. How do you like your grits? Cheese, salt and pepper, sugar, and butter. Before you say anything, you can combine your answers. So take a moment. Jay, I'm feeling some kind of way. I don't know where this question is going to go. This is going to affect our relationship. So, Mylena, what you got?
I stopped eating grits.
You stopped eating.
No! I stopped eating grits. I stopped eating grits. But if I were to eat them, salt and butter.
Okay, woo! I can live with that. I was scared you were say when I did eat it, it had sugar in it. I can live with that. Look. Oh my God!
I was about to end the show. I was about to just play. I was gonna play the little intro, and that would have been it. It would have been early.
I heard that canceled. Oh my God!
Yeah,
look, man, we've had too many sugar grits folks on this show. It's crazy. All right. J. Kell said the name of his autobiography is "Mama Whoop Me." Shout out to Roll Records, pepper and butter along with cheese. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Ron. Thank you for stepping in, Ron. Hey, is that the last question?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thank you so much. That was a great segment right there. No spade, grit, civil rights. Oh, this is about to be off the chain, man. Off the rail. Dude. Look, what we doing? Look, I don't even know what we're doing right now. Yeah, it's time for our. And people love this segment. This segment is called "We'll Be the Judge of That."
Court is now in session.
And we'll be the judge of that. We have 3 indie artists who we're going to listen to their music, all right, or watch their music video. Okay. And we're going to critique each artist. And after that, the audience is going to vote for their favorite artist in real time. If an artist wins 3 weeks in a row, they will be just like Mylena and get in the hot seat and have a whole show built around them. Got it? Good. And I like you because you keep it 100 and you say what's on your mind. So that's what we're going to do with these artists today. All right? So our first artist is NBF Quay. All right. Now, hold on. I got to get this right because NBF Quay couldn't make it today, but I have the information. All right. So NBF Quay says, shout out to NBF Entertainment. This is the founder and artist 1800. This video, first shot, is off of his critically acclaimed EP, No Chaser. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at NBF_Quay, Quay, and click the link in his bio to check out his EP and be on the lookout for No Chaser 2, dropping soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is called No Chaser.
Which dollar shot there? Okay, look. First shot, no chase. Hey, mustard, better catch up. Yeah. Circus ain't no catch up. Yeah. Hollows tear your chest up. The cleaners couldn't press us. Food party, you get wet up. We ballin', who gon' check us? Ooh. Applying heavy pressure. Bust down on the dress up. Pull up in the Tesla. Bad hoes wanna sex us. We poppin', fuck who next up. I'm aiming from the neck up like a bomb. I done blew up. They 6 finna throw up. Sure. Get smoke when I roll up. Bout to pull with 4 up. Drink. You can never hold us. No. Got a sale finna pro up. Lambo with the doze ups. No man, I be froze up. You know I keep the pole truck. Summertime, I'ma boat up. I done got my dough up. Had to step my flow up. They sleep, they bout to wake up. New strap, I'm about to load up. Back on, I'm about to re-up. They blind, they can't see us. us. Mike Tyson beat the beat up. Get hit then kick my feet up. Was down, but now we up. We up now. Now it's on. Coupe two-tone. Press a button and the roof's gone. Got it out the mud. I don't do long. Nope. House full of boys like a group home. Thinking my money ain't right. You wrong. Shirt V-long. Ghetto king, no throne. Nope. Same charm, more stones. Bigger bag, more traps, more phones. I'm on whatever you want. Yeah. Every penny count like new phones. Stomach shot, head shot, now you gone. Bang, bang, bang.
That was quick.
Good. I'm sorry.
Then I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm terrible, man.
Yes, I'm letting you go first.
Oh wow! What'd I do? Oh,
Go first.
I wasn't a fan. Look, man, he could rap and he could rap on beat, and I shout out to that for that. I didn't want to see the gun. I didn't want to see the gun 18 times. I felt like he should have picked a different shirt. I felt like he should have picked a different haircut.
This dude is going in on the shirt and the haircuts. God, dog.
Those were the things I saw the most in the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? The guys in the background seemed like they didn't know what to do when the camera was on them, and they kind of just. I think most of my beefs are with the video and not necessarily with the song. I mean, the song already is not going to be my vibe because I'm old and I don't like this style of production. So as a person that should be, you know, put in an old folks home, this is not winning for me all the way around. And it has me fearing for the future of our children, because if he's the first artist on their label, I don't know what else is coming, and I'm pretty scared to see what's next. I'm done.
All right.
Sorry.
So, no, you good. What you got? It's up to you, Mylena. Talk to me.
Like you're a producer, I'm old. None of this worked for me. Literally, the first thing I thought when I saw the t-shirt, I said, that's my greatest fear, that somebody will come to my funeral with a t-shirt that looks like that says rest in peace, you know, the airbrush thing. That was the first thing I thought. I'm like, no, yeah. And I didn't do the guns, the constant flashing of the money. And maybe I've lived too long, but I didn't understand what he was saying. It was just moving. I mean, if I were running, I might like the beat, but it's just not my style. But you also got to remember, my very first concert, my grandmother took me to see the OJs. So maybe it's not fair.
Dang. She is old. I'm playing. Yo,
I asked my grandmother to take me to see Heavy D and the Boys. She was like, I can take you to see somebody better. And she took me to see the OJs.
Please, did you turn to your grand and say, this is not better?
I was the only 11-year-old in the Fox Theater. I mean, it was first. I'm like, I got homework tomorrow. Ain't nobody else got homework. I'm like, this is not going well. But yes, that was my very first concert, the OJs.
Well, real quick in the chat room, look, folks in the chat, this is an interactive show. Just talk to us. The more you talk, the more energized I get, and the better the show gets because he starts getting off the rails. So JKL says, I'm exhausted. Breathe, dog. He is probably the last two. Woo! Yeah, this dude is from Detroit. He is from Detroit, and you know how Detroit gets down. And
why you ain't say he was from Detroit? Yo, this was the greatest song I've ever heard. This is like Michael Jackson, the second coming, and like, yo, son, I'm gonna play this every day. Like whatever was in my playlist is gone. This is the record. Shout out to you, the whole Detroit, and we love you, and we can't wait to have you on the show.
It's too late now.
You know what?
This is a different branch of Detroit. So it is what it is.
So it's okay if I don't like it, if that's what it is.
It is what it is.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. So with that said, yes, please. So that was him. That was the person. That's what we're doing. So
Shout out
Detroit
to the
stand up.
person.
Yes. So yeah, him. Our next person, JS, check the chat.
Yay.
Our next person is from New York. And I want to introduce you to this Asian American rapper by the name of Cameron Sean. Welcome to the show.
Yo, what up?
What's happening?
What's up, you guys? I appreciate it.
Man, we sound good, dude. Welcome.
Sounding
All
nice.
right, so talk to me. Are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, bro. You guys are lit. It's fun.
Thank you.
You guys are funny.
Big shout out to New York in the building. So who is Cameron Sean?
Oh man, it's one of my many names. Now I am a singer, songwriter, rapper from New York. I love hip hop, man. And this past few years, we've really done a lot of great things, my team and I, and I'm really proud of them and where we're headed. I think I'm really just happy to be here more than anything. But I love to make music. I love basketball. I love hip hop.
How did you get into hip hop?
I mean, New York, it's cultural. You don't really have a choice. But for me, it started as something for fun, of course. But I hurt my back when I was a kid playing basketball, and during that time frame, music really helped me. I had some situations with my family's health, just a bunch of situations throughout life where music has continuously helped me. And I always say it's cheaper than a therapist, which it is. And more than that, I've always found hip hop fun. I've always embraced hip hop culture because they don't really care what I look like. If you got it, you got it. So,
Facts.
All right, excellent. So, one more question. Since you from New York, who are your top 3 favorite rappers?
Oh man, it depends on how we classify it. We're classifying it as who I think are the greatest in terms of everything or just lyrically. Because if you're talking lyrically, if you're going dead or alive, there's so many caveats to that question. I'll say alive right now, my favorite ever, regardless of skill, sound, and everything, just my personal favorites. Not in any order. I'd probably go Eminem, Drake, Lil Wayne. But if I bring back the classics, you got to throw Nas in there. You got to throw Jay in there. There's a lot of people that got to make that list. But personally, Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne are my top 3 favorites that I like them.
All right. So what is this this video that you just sent us? What's the name of this video you just sent us?
Called No Favors. It was the first song off my EP, No Favors, that I released about 1.5 years ago. I sent that one to you because I think it's a good display of some versatility. I take pride in lyrical skill, but I've always tried to merge the melodies of the new school vibe and the sound. So I hope you guys like it. This is just an example of one of the many styles I have, but this is probably the easiest style for me to write.
Boom, there it is. Let's go.
Okay, pretty yellow boy. I'm young and belligerent. My mindset is militant. I'm far from a simpleton. Never been simple civilian, baby. And how they gon' understand anything that I overcame. Like Greg Golden inside this bitch. Listen, dog, I never play. Cause can you tell I'm on the brink of greatness? And I'm back off a hiatus. Hi, haters, how you doing lately? How they gon' face me? How they gon' face me? I took a look in the mirror, but I guess I'm accustomed to greatness. Y'all are accustomed to basic. How they gonna rap with this? I tell her that the more money, more cash to get. I've been a loving, not a fighter, more pacifist. Craft is everything. Tested it and then I mastered it. Believe in yourself, that's the real reason I win. Will like to every single opposition, homie, call that key in. I would not lose, I would just prove. Y'all make mistakes, I just pay dues. What would you do? Make an excuse? I can kill us home view. Look, if you ever been through some shit like me, then you know what it takes to succeed. I'm a G like Ghost. Never did I claim to be gifted. Practice what I preach and that's persistence. They always try to paint me as a villain and I stand out. Not afraid to be different, baby. You don't even want that smoke. You don't want the smoke. Swear you don't. You wouldn't want that type of smoke. Wouldn't want that type of smoke. Trust me, wouldn't want that type of smoke. Promise you don't. You don't want the smoke. Swear you don't. You wouldn't want that type of smoke. Wouldn't want that type of smoke. Trust me, wouldn't want that type of smoke. Promise you don't. You don't want this hype, a motherfucking type of smoke. You don't want that type of smoke. Trust me, you don't want that type of smoke, boy. Yeah, I will not lose. They pale in comparison. Rap is embarrassing. Life that I dream about, homies, only been extravagant. Yeah, but it really took a lot to build. Definition of what's pure real. I never thought that I got the rock like AI. Needed 2 or 3 just stop me. Microphone, I'm like T-Mac, you can't guard me. Yo, I'ma grind hard right now. Work till the come up. Working all night till the sun up. Never let my competition one up. I never be a runner-up. I know life ain't easy. Sometimes it gets hard. Perfectly imperfect, baby. I accept my flaws. I accept my flaws. Yeah. I'ma take my time with this. Couldn't walk a single mile inside of my chucks. Ask your podiatrist. Every verse lately, I've been rhyming on some timeless shit. Creative when it comes to the words, I'm like a scientist. I envision my future, I picture my life in the purest form of just the finest shit. But they say that I like structures, like a house divided. But you know that the boy Cameron's still nice, like the flow's on autopilot. But I guess what I learned, the best response has always been silence. They petrified of the Asian dude, no coronavirus. Lucid, I got you, dreams are colossal. Turning my mansion one day to a brothel. Side of my element, I'm like Bruce Wayne in Gotham. They call me one time, first impression you can't redo. My journey's just begun, this is the preview. You don't want smoke.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what to expect. My man Cameron came with that smoke. Hold on, let me go back with the chat real quick. That legend LBJ said that flow wild. I see the Drake influence too. That's in reference to JS1 saying I can hear the Drake influence. Caleb Jackson said, "Yes, sir, my boy Cameron." J. Kales, producer. He says, the only thing I don't like is the effects on his voice. It's not needed. He can rap. So if you got comments, keep them coming. JS1 said, this is a vibe. This record is a vibe. Everybody loving you, man. Bobby said, Cameron Sean is the GOAT. So there it is. We got the flames for you, brother. How you feel?
Good, man. Listen, I just I want to make music, man. It's just for me, honestly, that's one of the many styles I have, but I have songs where I'm telling stories about my life from a third perspective, or a love song, or a dance song. So like, I feel like it's not fair. I wish you guys could hear more, to be honest with you. But that song itself, I'm proud of, because it was a time of my life where I just met my managers. There was a moment in my life these past maybe recent 5 years where I stopped making music because I just figured there was no point anymore, and that, you know, regardless of how dope I thought I was and how much money I spent to invest in myself, nobody would listen, nobody would care. And I met some really great people along the way. They got me back on track, really got that old version of me. Like I felt like I had in me somewhere to come back to life. Mm-hmm. And that song is kind of just homage in regards to not doing anything for free anymore. Not saying I'm not going to help somebody, but at the same time, like, I'm done with doing favors. I'm done with being the nice guy. Now it's time for anyone who didn't believe me is really going to be upset when they see me make it, you know? So
that's what I'm talking about. Smoke! All right, don't leave it yet. That's what I need to do. I need to introduce the Simon Cowell of the group. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my co-host. It's Kia Renee. What's happening, love?
What's that? The Simon Cowell of the group.
I don't like that. I don't like that intro. That's a little scary.
She keeps it 100, and that's what I like about it. So since we have Sean, let's just focus on Sean. And Kia, thank you for joining us. My bad on forgetting to send you the link sooner. It's all gravy, baby. I love you. Talk to me. Wait a minute. First of all, can you make her the major part of the screen, JS?
No! I already know what you're about to say. This is disrespectful.
Let's address this. Look under her name.
Look at this.
Really? Look. Sugar Grits? What the heck? what kind of disrespect is this? Hey, big shout outs to Debbie Island in the chat room. Thank you so much for showing us love. She just passing through, but it's all gravy. I love it. Hey, David, do you like sugar on your grits? Please say no. Anyway, Kia, what did you think of Cameron Sean's song?
Okay. I actually refuse to give an opinion until I hear more music.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I just want you guys.
Wait a minute. This has never happened in the history of this show.
In the history. So you might as well consider that a 100 and A plus, because we've never seen her say not nothing. Usually she will go in on folks or tell you how much she loves it. So hey, take that one. And if you win, maybe next week she'll say something else. All right.
Hey, no, listen, no worries.
Talk to me.
No worries.
What you got, Mylena?
Actually, I don't know what you call the thing that he did with his voice. I don't know if it's called auto-tune or what, but that to me was a little mechanical, almost sounding like he was talking through water, or maybe listening to a fan. You know, when you were little, you would stand in the mirror, the window, and talk to the fan. I didn't like that part. But beyond that, I thought it was decent. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't necessarily do rap. So I thought it was decent.
Okay.
Bruh, you are winning. That is crazy.
Nah, dude. Now I gotta send them some like different music. Yeah, I mean, I gotta get some real fans out of this.
JS, talk to me. What you got?
Yo, I actually enjoyed the record. You know what I'm saying, and I'm very impressed with his presentation and how he spit everything. And I know the dude got lyrics. I just need and this is one of the things I like about it. It's one of those records where I feel like I gotta go back and listen to it again, because I know I'm missing some of the bars. You feel me? Like, and that makes me excited. Because I'm once again, I'm old and a curmudgeon. So like, you know, the music that I grew up on had depth to it, and it had replay value because you wanted to catch all of the little slick stuff cats was saying on the record. So you got that. Now, if I am going to be critical, I think they bugging with the sound effect stuff. All of them, they just tripping. But the only thing I was not a fan of was the music video. And I understand that we got to do things on a budget, and sometimes the homie come through with the camera. You know, you had just got finished shooting your OnlyFans content, and you just like, I need to knock out this music video, and I got that. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like, man, the video didn't meet up to the caliber of the song. You know what I'm saying? I really love the song, and I felt like, man, this video doesn't the video doesn't sell the song like it should. So like, if I were to give any critique, I would say, look, bro, like, put a little bit more into the video. But now the thing is, I am a person from behind the scenes, so I saw the Prada Shades joint, and I saw the quality of that. So that's why I was like, all right, well, you know, I ain't really set tripping off of that. But other than that, I definitely am going to listen to more of your music, and I definitely don't feel like you should give up. The only other thing I will say is I look forward to hearing you do songs about your human experience, because I know you're going to kill that.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. And for all of you, I appreciate the honesty.
No, it's all good. We keep it 100 over here because we love indie artists. I'm going to keep it simple. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I can understand about the auto-tune or whatever, but your skills, I mean, your vocabulary, your cadence, your whole presentation, the way you carry yourself, I can feel that New York in you. All right? You got that confidence. I think they're sitting here talking to you. Oh, man, I just know you're a cool dude. So I'm just like, you are ready. When it's time for you to blow up, you got it, dog.
Listen, man, I love hip hop, bro. That's it. I just love hip hop. I love everybody around it. And for you guys to be straight up with me is refreshing, you know, because when you're trying to get better all the time, not that my managers keep it 100. My family keeps it 100. If they don't like something, they tell me. And I always appreciate the honesty because it makes you better, you know. But I would say more than anything, as things have changed, like even if you look at that video to what I look like now, I mean, my hair was half the length. I've come a long way in terms of music, but like quality of everything. And I look back at that stuff and I'm like, damn, like, you know, you have to start somewhere. So I appreciate you guys more than anything, and the honesty means a lot because it's hard to get it when you're around people. I'm not going to say people are yes men, but like as things start to progress in life, regardless of what you do, whether it's music or you're an entrepreneur or fashion, whatever, you know, you get surrounded by people that, not that they're afraid to tell you the truth, but they don't want to make you feel some type of way. But as a creative, how am I supposed to get better if I just want to hear all the sweet things, you know? It's like,
my man over here spitting. You telling the truth. Cameron, how can people get in contact with you?
Literally, my name is Cameron Sean Music. So at Cameron Sean Music on all social medias. And then on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff, it's just Cameron space Sean. That's it.
All right, thank you. We'll put you back in the green room. And we got third artist. Man, that was Cameron Sean. All right, so our first person was from Detroit. That was NBF Quay. Our second person was from New York. That was Cameron Sean. We have our current winner. He shocked us when we played the first note of his song. It was just like, yo, this is for real. Mylena, this might be up your alley because this is some R&B. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our current winner, Kev Williams.
How everybody doing? How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Welcome.
Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah,
I can't hear you at all. No, we're good.
What's happening? How you doing, Miss Sutton? What's going on? How's everybody doing this evening?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Look, he is buttering up the judges already. That's what I'm talking about. Big shout outs to the Murder Mitten. Shout outs to you representing Detroit. Strawberry Productions says, can we get a 16? Anyway, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. It's been a long week, man.
It is.
Couldn't wait to get back here to see you guys.
Man, I appreciate that. So what is your thoughts on how we do things here on the Indie Show, especially this segment? We'll be the judge of that.
You guys are real fun, man. Real fun to be around. I actually subscribe to the channel, and you know, even after last week, I stuck around, man. I really dig the show.
My dude. So just one more time for people who are just tuning in for the first time. How did you get into music?
Well, I started creating music when I was 10 years old, and it's just something that just followed me throughout my life, you know. And you know, like a lot of artists, once the time changed, once CDs stopped selling and streaming became popular, you know, it almost seemed like it became a pointless thing to do. But if it's in you, it's in you. You know, I think Whoopi Goldberg said in this movie, Sister Act, if that's all you think about, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So with that, I got to give a shout out to my wife, Ejanae Harris Williams, you know, who came into my life 2 years ago with a movie entitled "What Death Do We Part." And you know, after she wrote her first book, she gave me an opportunity to work on the soundtrack for her movie, and I've been rocking and rolling ever since. You know.
Ejanae, when we gonna have you on the show? Holler at your boy. Come on, man.
I can get in here right now. Want me to go get her?
No, I mean, look, I want her to have a full interview.
Okay.
Rather than 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay. You know, she love to get on the camera and say hi.
He hasn't started yet. All right. Just to let you know, his music is coming up. What did you say, sir? Okay. Anyway, I was talking to you, but it's all gravy. I want you to introduce this song. Tell everybody about this song we're about to play.
Okay. The name of this single right here is just released about a week ago. It's entitled "Teach Me How to Love." It's basically a good feel good R&B vibe record. You know, some people like to compare it to the 80s, some people compare it to the 90s. You know, I compare it to today, you know, because the things that we hearing nowadays just don't sound too good to me, you know. So I figured, hell, if I wanted to hear something good, I got to make it myself.
Woo! Woo, shots fired. All right then. Here we go. Teach me how to love. Ejanae, what's happening? I see you. J. Kale says, Black Love. It's the Indie Show. We'll be the judge of that.
was in it for the pleasure. So if I gotta leave you alone for a peace of mind, I don't mind. That's why I stay to myself. Girl, don't be friendly. No, don't be when I find somebody else. Cause I can't feel the love you're giving me. I can't feel. Wondering if I was enough, baby. You took my heart out my chest, and you ain't give it back. Somebody stop the fight. I can't go on no further. Somebody gotta teach me how to love. Hello, can I speak to Tony? Tony, listen, your woman's been creeping on you. And the reason I know, cause she called me when you leave her by herself. Oh, she gets friendly. Oh, it's a shame, cause she's doing me the same way. I can't feel the love you're giving me. Why won't you leave him alone? Wondering if I was enough, baby. You tell my heart out my chest, and you ain't give it back. Somebody stop the fight. I can't go on no further. Somebody gotta teach me how to love. Any ladies out there that know how to love a man?
Debbie Allen says, got us all grooving up in here. Yes. Roll Records says, we need this. Soulful.
Absolutely.
The diva said, I finally figured out who he reminded me of. Avant. And I was like, yes. Yes, I had to co-sign that immediately. Debbie also said, you have to catch an audience within the first 4 bars, and he did that. I like his voice. Wifey came through and said, you should hear this live with his band. Ooh wee. Shout out your band real quick. You got a band?
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to my band Phase 2, man. TG John, man. We be doing our thing, man.
All right then. All right. I think that is about it. If y'all got any comments, say them right now. Let me see. The Murder Mitten says download for show. J. Kells, imagine Mint Condition as his band performing this live. You got Head Explosions, you got Moji Fire, great song. Author Eugene, or is it Eugene? I messed up. This is available on Spotify now. Kev Williams. All right, so this is what we got. Kev Williams. How can they reach out to you?
You can reach me on Facebook at Kev Williams Music. You can find me on Instagram at I am Kev_Williams. I'm trying to get that verified so I can just take and put it in Kev Williams to take the underscores out. And to everybody that dig that record, that like that record, I just ask, if you could call into your local radio stations and just request that song, Kev Williams, Teach Me How to Love. When it comes down to music like this, we got to force them to play it. And if we don't force them to play it, then they gonna keep playing that shoot 'em up, bang bang, that stuff that got us worried about our kids' future. So we got to take the music back and put it back into the hands of the real creator.
Ooh, I like that. Real quick, Long Records wants to know, where are you from?
I'm originally from San Bernardino, California, but I'm currently living in right outside Atlanta.
All right. Debbie Allen, he has an event. The 2023 Radio and Records Awards this Sunday, August 6th at Backstage Atlanta. I've hosted it a few times. It's a great event. All you indie artists that's in town, holler at Debbie if you want to ever get on one of her shows.
Is she trying to book? Hold on, I got a question. Is she trying to book me? Or she just me?
Trying to book Mr. Avant over here.
Let's lock it in now.
Hurry up. Come on. Anyway, so while she is responding, this is what you do. This is how you vote. We vote in real time. Vote.theindieshow.co. There it is. Vote.theindieshow.co. Choose your favorite song. We will let you know who won at the end of the show. All right. She said, friend me on Facebook, brother.
Okay, I'll find her.
There we go. There we go. Let's book Kev Williams. There we go. Look, we making moves right now. I don't even ask for 10%. Just give me a shout out. That's what's up. All right. Roll Record says that's why I said we need this. No bang bang, shoot 'em up. All right, folks. Thank you so much, Kev. You are a first-time winner. Let's see if you can get 2 in a row. All right. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of y'all. So you guys can sit back in the green room and watch the rest of the show, or you can do what you do, but I need y'all to vote and vote now. And now it's time for one-on-one with my guest, Mylena.
Hold on, before we go to one-on-one, hey, can we do the promo for our sponsor for the show, man?
Yes, I was going to send you a message about that, so we on the same page. Go ahead, make it happen.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Electric Eyes Clothing has a beautiful website and beautiful clothes for all ages, children, men, and women. You know what I'm saying? You can tap in right now. You know what I'm saying? How do you perceive the world through your eyes? You know, go to IG, Electric Eyes Clothing, or you can go to electriceyesclothing.com and shop. You know what I mean? That way you can get your hoodies, you can get your sweatshirts, you can get your t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? And they got a bunch of other products on the website. Check them out right now, Electric Eyes Clothing.
Ooh. Excellent, excellent. Big shout out. This is one of their shirts. Vibrate Higher is one of them. Electric Eyes. I'm rocking it right now. It is so comfortable. So very comfortable. And speaking of t-shirts, I want to shout out Black Sheep Clothing. They sent me a shirt in the mail. So I wanted to show you guys this is what it looks like. It is nice. It's coming straight out of Detroit. Only reason I'm not wearing it is because y'all haven't started doing sponsorships with us yet. So there it is. But yeah, I appreciate you. I'm gonna wear the heck out of that thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kia. I'm gonna talk to Mylena. You can kick it in the green room. We'll see you a little bit later, all right?
I can't believe that it's finally me and you and you and me, just us.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's me with Mylena, and we're talking to her on the Indie Show, All Things Indie. It's your man, Mastermind. Mylena, you are a leadership fanatic. What in the heck does that mean?
Essentially, what it means, I work with people, whether they are leading in professional spaces or in community personal spaces. And when I say what leadership really is in terms of being a fanatic, I work with people to really help them get clear on what matters. I think we make leadership more complicated than what it has to be. But when you are talking about leading people, whether it's your family or a team at work, you first got to be clear about where you want to go. And then beyond that, figuring out how your day-to-day routine contradicts what you say matters. I mean, and that's really it. And what I do, I help people, again, whether you're talking about informal spaces or in personal spaces, figure out if they want to get to X, how what they do every day helps them or hurts them. And then help them figure out what they need to do to reconcile the two. That's pretty much it. And that takes different forms, but in essence, that is what it is.
Interesting. So since you set it up that way, can anyone on the first, is everyone qualified to be a leader?
In some sense, I would say yes. And here's why. I believe in personal leadership as well. And for me, the way I define leadership, it is being very clear about where you want to go and then lining up every part of your life so that even if it's incremental improvement, something in your life, something in your routine every day helps you get closer to where you want to be. And for me, I define leadership that way. So in that way, absolutely, everybody can be a leader, because people who don't have that kind of clarity, it shows up in how they live. claim you have XYZ as a goal. You ever talk to these people? They're always working on something but never get there. That's a failure of personal leadership right there. It's figuring out how to get there.
Woo! All right, so you answered my second question because I'm definitely going to ask you: can anyone become a successful leader?
I think you have to be willing to make the cuts, so to speak. And let me explain what I mean by make the cuts. I'm often asked, in particular, it's kind of funny, about from other prospective entrepreneurs. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. How do I get there? How do I get there? And it's in the same vein. You can't do everything. You can't do everything at the same time. So when you start talking about what it means to be successful, no matter who you are, no matter where you want to lead, again, personally or professionally, you got to get clear on what matters, and you got to be willing to cut the things that undermine your progress or slow you down. And that means some stuff you can't do. For example, I was talking to a young woman not long ago. She has 2 kids. She works full time. She wants to go to school. She's in a relationship and she wants to start a business. I was like, Pumpkin, where are you going to do a business? Because your life is pretty full. Right now, I would suggest that you stay focused on the goal by taking your birth control on a regular basis. Because the more kids you have, the more distractions you're going to have to getting where you want to go. So for me, when I talk about what leadership is, it's really clear. You want to go somewhere, look at what will keep you from getting there. And more children will keep you from getting there unless you plan to get there a lot more slowly, because those things affect your judgment and what's important. And that's the thing with leadership. If you claim you want to lose weight, but you can't find time to cook, you always going out to eat, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Be honest. That's a nice idea for you, but that's not really a goal. That's just not it. It's something you like to talk about. That's it. And that's okay.
Do you keep it 100 when you're talking to your clients just like that?
If no one else is around, yes.
Oh, man. Do they love you for that, your honesty?
Some of them do. I will say this. Some of my clients have tried to get me to work for them, come in and work full time. And one of the things I often say is this: you like me for the honesty that I bring you, but I can only bring you that honesty when I don't work for you. And the reason being is this: the situation changes when that power dynamic is different. So if you are my sole source of income, I might flinch a little bit more when I say something you don't like. Now, if I say something you don't like, perhaps I might need to be worried about how you might respond to that. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to eat. I'm still going to be able to make things work. That power dynamic censors people.
I see that you wear a lot of hats. I was looking at your bio. How do you juggle being a speaker, a facilitator, a trainer, a coach, and a podcast host?
And to be honest, it's all the same skill set. It's just you. It's kind of like, think about shoes. Shoes all serve the same purpose. It's just you change them up depending on how far you're walking and what your outfit looks like. And that's kind of how I see my skill set. I'm a leader and I work on the same skills in every setting. I just change it up. It's about helping the people I'm working with as a coach, if in an individual capacity. What's important to you and what parts of your day-to-day routine are contradicting and undermining your success? If you run a team, okay, great. You run your team. Where is it that we're trying to go? Now, when we talk about organization culture, it's the same thing as habits. It's just another word because we're in a different space. How is your team managing, functioning, operating every single day? And will that help you get to where you're trying to go? Let me give you a simple example of how culture affects people. If you work somewhere long enough, you'll figure out, maybe I'll give you 3 weeks most. You'll figure out how important it is to get to work on time or not. You'll figure it out because you'll just watch what everybody else does. But then you say your goal is to provide excellent customer service, right? Well, if you tell your customers that you provide excellent service and your business hours start at 9 o'clock, but your team is dragging in 9, 9:15, 9:10, dragging in like that, unless you got somebody at the desk and on the money who can answer all of those questions, that contradicts your goal. Does that make sense? So I'm not saying that the goal is or isn't important, because that's for you to set. Then what I do is to help you figure out how to get every part of how you run your life or your organization. That depends if you're coming to me as an individual or part of a team. How do I get you to line those actions up with what it is you say you want to do? And that's really it. And so whether I'm speaking, I'm talking about those things. Sometimes what I'm doing when I'm facilitating, I'm helping people see how they are unaware of how they're contradicting their goals with their actions. And sometimes I'm playing referee, because sometimes people can sit in these meetings and get real ticked off. I must admit, sometimes depending on what's going on, I'll let them fight for a little bit. You know how when you had kids fighting back and they let them fight, see what they're going to say.
You got to get some enjoyment out of this too now.
Indeed. There's an expression that says the drunk man speaks the sober man's mind. And I believe the same thing is true about anger. Absolutely. We know what really matters to you when you get really upset.
Real quick, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Indie Show, all things Indie, it's your man Mastermind. This is one-on-one with Mylena Sutton. Pretty soon we're going to be shifting gears for Mastermind games. And if you want to win some money, I need you to put your Cash App in the chat. We're going to randomly choose someone who can possibly win some money, depending on how well Mylena does in Mastermind games. But if you want my money, go ahead and put your Cash App in the chat. All right. Last week, I kept my money. Hopefully this week I get to keep my money again. All right. But that's coming soon. All right. Got a couple more questions. Why do you love taboo topics like conflict, class, and struggling leaders when you're talking to your clients?
Can you hear me okay? Because I had to charge my phone. So can you hear me first?
I sure can.
Good deal. Because those are the sexy topics we talk about when we're gossiping. Think about it. When you talk about how you hate your coworker, how somebody gets on your nerves, those are the things that make your workplace a place you love to go to, or a place that drives you up the wall. And I grew up in an environment where we couldn't talk about problems at home. I mean, at the end of the day, everything was either a joke or we got hot. I'm not going to use the word, but it ends with an S, mad. It's like we never had any middle. And I find the workplace is a microcosm of what the home life is like for many people. You can't talk about what it is you really need to talk about until things blow up. And one of the things that I love to do, whether we fighting, cussing, talking about diversity, and I love class as a function of diversity, I want to talk about the things that really affect how we do things at work. Think about it. When you say somebody at work is trifling, is this or that, you're making a judgment about so much about them. I'll even share this, and I thought this was interesting. I had a prospective client ask me if I could create some workshops for their team because they were training people who were going to work in a very much so a white middle class environment. But those folks came from the hood, frankly, and their social graces and skills were off, and they kept getting fired. And it was like, it's not that they can't do the work, but they don't work well in these spaces. That ain't nothing but class and race and culture. And frankly, those are the kinds of things that I prefer to work on. If you ask me to teach a customer service workshop, I have to be honest. Sometimes I'm sitting here like, how is that different from don't be a jerk training? And these are the kinds of things that perhaps to me are less meaningful than those taboo topics of the workplace, to really figure out what's going on with people and how to help them see themselves so that they can contribute to a team in a way that isn't oppressive to other folks and that allows them to be authentic. So yeah, it's a lot of what I like.
All right, look, if the chat is blowing up, I'm going in reverse. JKL said, hot S, hot sandwich, man. I ain't never been mad like that. Let me see what else. James Wilkerson said, you preaching tonight. And JKL goes back, I love this interview. And I saved this comment for you just in case you wanted to respond to it. Debbie Ireland, she says, Atlanta has the worst customer service. Need someone like you to come in and place some order in those places.
That is not good to hear people say that.
All right. So it is time for everyone's favorite segment. It is Mastermind Games.
Let the games begin.
All right, in Mastermind Games, You're going to answer 10 questions. There's 10 questions in Mastermind Games. We're going to have some fun. It can be any type of game that's out there. It's kind of fun. Your goal is for every time you get an answer correct, someone is going to win $1. All right? Of my money. Someone is going to win $1 of my money every time you get something correct.
This sounds hard.
That's why we need a sponsor. If you got a business, you want to sponsor a segment, holla at your boy because this is coming out of my pockets now. So I need you to lose. I love you like a play cousin, but I really need you to lose so I don't have to come out the pocket. If you miss 3 times, I get to keep my money.
All of it.
All of it. 3 strikes and you are out. You get it. You understand.
All right, let's go.
So I rolled the dice. The first person was odd number, James Wilkinson, and David Ireland is an even number. I rolled a 6. That is even. So David Ireland, you're going to be possibly a winner tonight. As far, it all depends on Miss Mylena. All right, here we go. So I see your cash out. Here we go. The name of this game is called REIM Lost. REIM Lost. And it's called REI because we haven't gotten to it yet. I know you like to go in the wilderness.
I love that story, man.
Yeah. So these questions, it's wilderness related and it's a scramble game. So you have a certain amount of time to unscramble the words.
Debbie, you're not going to get any money tonight.
I love it. All you have to do is give me your answer and say final answer. All right? Do you understand?
I understand. I'm scared.
All right. And also, you can get help from the audience. The audience likes to cheat. So this is look, folks, this is the honor system. Do not cheat. All right?
Please, people, cheat. Please cheat.
No, don't cheat, Mylena. We got you. This dude got to take this L. He's the biggest hater on here when it comes to this thing. KS1. Give me my first one. There we go. REIM Lost.
Walking? Final answer?
What's your final answer?
Walking? That's what it looked like.
JS1. What's the answer?
Ha!
Dang it! Lucky. You didn't even have to cheat. All right, that was the easy one. Next, wait, look. Yes, walking. All right. Next question.
What was that all about? All right, hold up.
Let's see. Pick? No.
10 seconds.
Nope. Bird watching, hiking. No, that's not it. Fail.
All right. Time is up. I need a final answer.
Fail. That's the final. I don't have any idea what that is.
Give it to me. Say final answer.
Final answer. Pig can.
Shalonda says, I want David to win campaign.
Camping. See, you know what? That's not fair. I don't camp. I'm a hiker. That's different. So, you know, that word doesn't count. Camping. Final answer.
Yeah, I'm going to let you have that one. And what's the final answer? Camping. That is correct.
Camping.
I'm going to put an asterisk on this one.
You know what?
You should have said campaign, just like Shalonda said. I would have been happy about that.
You know, I might have a little dyslexia going on or something. I don't know about this.
It's scrambled.
You know what? It's scrambled.
Good. All right. I need 3 strikes. Let's go.
All right. Let's see. Gold, coffee. Let's see here. Let's see.
10 seconds.
Oh, not golfing, not hiking,
5.
skydiving, golfing.
Time is up. I'm gonna need a final answer. Give me something and say final answer.
Can I see the letters one more time?
No, you have final answer. You show the letters, but it's final answer.
Final
2
answer.
seconds.
All right,
I'm gonna have to give you an X.
I'm so
She
hurt.
says life goal.
That's not a hiking word.
You got to give me something. 3, 2, 1.
You know what?
Time is up. Look, I gave you 30 minutes on that one.
I wish a lot. That was like life goal. Foliage. Oh, come on.
We had enough time to cheat and unscramble some words. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. My first X. All right, we got 7 more to go. 7 more to go.
You know what? Culturally, I wouldn't use that word. I would use leave. So I think the question is not inclusive, that particular term. I think we should throw it out.
You got 2 fingers is in the building. All right. Next question. Oh, look, this is not the SAT. Talk to me.
Yes, it is.
I need another X. Oh, yes. What you got?
Let's see. Reflex. No. Let's see. Plex.
10 seconds.
Stop counting. Peel. Gas. There's no G in there. There's no A and no S either. Raincoat.
Right, I'm gonna need you to give me an answer now before they start cheating. What is your final answer?
Flex. Final answer.
Flex. Final answer.
Explore.
And so, man, you needed one more. They needed to show up 1 second sooner. We got Sam Anderson. We got DJ Two Fingers.
Okay.
They said explore.
I know, right?
JS1. What's the answer?
Explore. Really? So, Debbie, I think you broke. I'm sorry. I think you broke today.
It's okay. We got 6 more to go. 6 more to go.
Look, we gotta do 6 more. This is torture.
You might not make it, so it's cool. It's cool. You might not make it.
You know I went to public school.
All right. Next question. Yes. Go ahead and play the music.
Pastor. Let's see. No, asterisk wouldn't be it. Let's see. No, that's not imposter.
If she misses this one, Debbie, she can't win no money.
Oh, Debbie, I thought she already lost.
No, you got to get 3 strikes, shawty.
I thought I had 4 already. Like 3,
no,
really.
It's only been 2 strikes.
What's going to be 3?
JKL said if she knew how to play spades, she would be winning.
Forget you, man.
Your partner is even giving up on you. All right, 10 seconds. Sam Anderson says striper. This is all wilderness related.
We need an A for striper, Sam. There's no there's an A in here, so that wouldn't work. Pastor. No.
I have 5 seconds.
Steer. Stir. Patsy.
5 seconds.
STRAP.
Shalonda don't know. Sam said parties. All right. Here we go.
We should try a party in the woods. I would go for it.
So that's your final answer? Say it.
That's my final answer. Party in the woods.
JS1, do we continue or is this it?
No! Wait. Nobody treks through the woods. Who came up with nobody treks? You hike through the woods. Perhaps you walk. If you are traipsing, you become bear snacks. Nobody traipses through the woods.
What?
I think Little Red Riding Hood.
She was walking and she almost got. You either hike or you doing something else, but you're not traipsing through the woods.
How come you can't traipse in the woods?
Because that's not what we do. We don't hike, just like we don't jog, we run. It's the same thing. You don't traipse through the woods.
Just because well,
I feel like I'm being abused here.
Look, we may not traipse through the woods, but I know I'm not giving up no money today. So 2 weeks in a row, my wallet and bank account are very happy, and I need you guys to traipse through the woods in 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our gracious guest, Mylena Sutton. Look, and they hate me. Look, Sam Anderson said boo on traipse.
Exactly.
And then shout out to Kia Renee. She helped me put this game together. She made it look nice and neat with the Scrabble letters. JKL says the game was rigged. This game was rigged. It was not.
Yes, it was.
David's like, where's my money, honey? Oh, you have no money. None whatsoever. It's my number. What's YouTube number? What's YouTube number? I'm telling, boy, you stupid. All right, we're going to shift gears. Thank y'all so much. It is time for Indie University. In Indie University, I asked 5 questions for entrepreneurs. Are you ready, Miss Mylena Sutton?
Shoot, go for it.
What's the first question? Someone watching this interview may be contemplating starting their own business. What advice would you give them?
Ooh, good question. Be clear about what you want from your business. And if it's just money, and if you need money soon, maybe you need another job as opposed to a business. Because if you need money quickly, business is going to cost you money. But I would say beyond that, I would be clear about minimizing the cost of my lifestyle. As you prepare to transition into owning a business, the more you owe, the less freedom you have, and therefore risk feels scarier when you owe a lot of people.
Okay, good answer. All right. Next question. What's the one misconception about owning your own business that people need to know the truth about?
Good question. I would say the first thing is that you only need to be good at the service you provide. Because if you're really going to own your business, you need to be able to also run a business as well as provide the service. And those are two different things. Like literally before you and I got on, I was doing a whole bunch of administrative stuff. So I would say that's probably the biggest misconception. And then I think most people sign up for business in the way they sign up for marriage. In that you have an idea of what you think it means to be married, but you don't realize that when you make that commitment, you're working toward that idea. And what you start off with is not that idea. You got to work to get there. And most of the times with business, most people set out thinking they're going to get to this dream. They're chasing that. And that's just like that partner, that spouse you marry. What you start with is not what you're going to get to. And that takes work, that takes years, that takes commitment. And a lot of people don't realize you marry the dream, but you're working toward it. It's going to take a minute. And if you don't have staying power, it's going to be tough.
Okay. Oh, she coming with it, y'all. Indie University, our third question is, as an independent entrepreneur, who do you turn to for advice?
That's really hard because one of the things that I have found in terms of my own professional development, I've been doing this so long that sometimes I go to conferences and I know the content many times that they're going to present because a lot of times it gets redundant. In terms of who do I go to for advice, it really depends on the nature of the problem. I don't take advice from just anybody because sometimes your opinion is no more informed than mine. So I take advice from people who can give me perspective and explain why their opinion is what it is. Don't just tell me what to do. A lot of things that I'm seeing with a lot of coaches these days, they want to ask, are you coachable? Because you won't do what I tell you to do. But those same coaches can't explain why they want you to take those particular steps. So first, I need you to be able to explain your rationale to me if I'm going to listen to you. And then the other thing is, I am not a keep it real kind of girl. If you talk to me any kind of way, I shut you down. I don't pay you any attention. Delivery is as important to me as substance. And so I look for those two in terms of qualities. And last but not least, if it is my heart that is hurting as opposed to my business, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling stressed out. I am the queen of church mothers. I literally have a bandwagon of them. And depending on what's broken, I pick which one I want to talk to.
Yeah, you got that old soul. I love it. Next question. What's the greatest joy you've gained from starting your own business?
Oh, man. That's kind of hard because there have been so many. I think confidence is probably the greatest joy.
Okay.
I can walk in a room and feel like I will eat your lunch. And I don't even know what y'all talking about. But there's something about entrepreneurship that as you stick with it, you learn how to take risks. You stop worrying about some of the things that you used to worry about. And I would say that the joy of confidence has been the best thing for me. In terms of specific activities, over the past year, I started my own podcast that focuses on talking to people on road trips. And that has been a delight, an absolute joy. I'm meeting people that I would never talk to, asking the kinds of curiosity questions that would be intrusive in many settings. And that has just been a wonderful infusion of energy as of late. Absolutely love it.
Excellent. Well, was that the last one? We got one more.
No, that's it.
All right. Thank y'all. Put your hands together. That was Mylena Sutton with Indy University. Great answers. You bodied that. I'm going to go back real quick to one-on-one. I want to ask you a couple more questions before we get out of here because I think they're important. And you brought one of the questions up. I wanted you to talk about your podcast, Leadership Drive.
Essentially, it started because I wanted to meet more people. And in particular, I wanted to meet more people face to face. And I also like to drive and I like to hike. So I thought, how can I marry the things that I like to do? And thus the idea of a podcast was born. And what I do, I take road trips. The furthest I've been, I don't know which is further from New Jersey, if it's Maine or if it's Arkansas. I went to Bentonville last summer to meet with someone too. So when I say literally, I meet you in person. And what I do, I talk to leaders to find out, I was talking about values earlier. What about their personal value system shows up in their careers, and how does that influence how they lead their teams, including how they deal with conflict, how they see themselves? Because I believe the highest and best vision you have of yourself, you will look for ways to live that out. You will take jobs that will allow you to do it. For instance, part of the reason that I do what I do, I actually love to feel like the smartest person in the room on my thing. Now, the things I don't do well, I don't care how they land because that's not what I've invested in. But in part, my chosen area of expertise gives me the way that I want to live toward that highest and best vision of myself. And I feel like whether you have a strong perspective, I believe leaders who are most committed to their work look for ways to live out that personal value with what they do.
Oh, wait, Lord have mercy. I'm loving this. You're coming with it. That's my favorite guest so far. All right, last but not least, what does your work-life balance look like? How do you decompress and make time for yourself?
Actually, that probably the easiest part of my life. I set real clear boundaries with respect to how I manage my time. And that I usually go hiking on the weekends. My friends and my family, they tease me quite a bit. It's like, what Black woman is in the woods by herself? Sometimes I go by myself, depends on what's on my mind. Sometimes I go with other people. I skate quite a bit, literally roller skating. In addition to that, I run. I'm pretty physically active, and that's really my decompress time. I think I get those endorphins that come from being physically active, and so that would be my first choice. And then when I'm in the house, believe it or not, I like to cook. I mean, some of it might not turn out so well, but I like to play in the kitchen. And I would say those are probably my constants. And as of late, I've taken on killing plants, also known as an indoor garden, but it's really more like I got a plant hospice in my living room. But I'm working on it.
Dr. Green Thumb, I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Mylena Sutton. Leadership fanatic is in the building. Y'all didn't know talking about leadership was going to be this darn good. Bonus question: did you ever have a client that you couldn't help, or like having like a really bad situation trying to help somebody?
Yes, I've had one, and what made that client situation hard is that you can't go anywhere when you lead a team and you won't make any decisions about where you'd like to be. Sometimes it's hard to lead by consensus. And this one particular leader who I have in mind, this person didn't want to say, we're going left. She wanted the team to somehow agree by, divining what she wanted to lean left. And that became a very difficult engagement because her team members told me privately, until she makes it a requirement, I'm going to do what I want to do, and it ain't going left.
All right. JS1, it's time for the last word. In the last word, we go around the horn and kick our shots, our final 1-2. I'm going to let our guest of honor go first. Mylena, what's your last word? What do you want to say to the people out there?
I enjoyed the show. I absolutely had a good time with you all. And if you're looking to connect, my name, MylenaSutton.com, will bring you right to me. And we'll see what happens.
Short and sweet. Next up, JS1, what you got?
Let's say the only thing I can tell y'all is make sure you tune in for the after show. Subscribe to the podcast, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts.
If you follow us, we're gonna put the link on Facebook. Unless JS1 has it, we'll put that in the chat if we have it. Thank you, sir. And
go ahead.
Go ahead. Kia Renee, all day. What's happening? What's your last word?
Thank you, Mylena, for coming on the show. I really enjoyed your interview. You're very lively and you tell the truth. Shout out to Mastermind for providing this platform for all things indie. Shout out to JS1 for making sure everything runs smoothly and put in so much time and effort into all of the graphics. And shout out to the contestants for coming on every week, even though they say I'm the Simon Cowell. I give my critiques with love.
Indeed.
And as far as I'm concerned, like JS1 said, join us if you can for the after show. I'm going to have someone that is from The Voice. Jamar Langley is going to be our special guest. And Beach Almighty, we're going to be premiering his new video. I want to just thank everybody who's been a part of the show. I really do appreciate it. And Mylena, you are so awesome. You really are. Continued success. We go back a minute. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
You continue to do awesome things out there in the world. Continue that. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it big, because I really appreciate you and love what you're doing. And you look very happy and fit and glowing right now. So there he is. There it is. Smiles. That's what's happening. All right. It's your man, Mastermind. This has been a very great show. Before I say goodbye, it is time to find out who won. We'll be the judge of that.
Yes, sir. Yep. Let me roll this up now. Hold on. Let me reload. Let's reload the page. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Kev Williams said, great show. I appreciate that.
Well, that's nice. Thank you, Kev. We appreciate you. But let me throw
Don't tell nobody, but that is the link to be a part of our show. Copy and paste. Make it happen. Don't tell nobody, all right?
And let me shift y'all to the side so y'all can see. So 301 votes. And the winner is Kev Williams.
Kev Williams out there.
All right.
Big shout out to Chandria Washington in the building talking about nice shirt, Mastermind. I know, right? I'm vibrating higher. And I'm going to let that E in Mastermind slide since you sponsoring the show. So it's all gravy. Yes. That is the founder of Electric Eyes Clothing, Chandria Washington. Thank you for tapping in. We miss you. That's what's up. So, yes, congratulations. That's 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations, Mr. Kev Williams. Let me bring Kev Williams up there real quick. Kev, what's happening? Congratulations, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. Again, to everybody that's listening, man, call your local radio station, man, and ask them to play Kev Williams. Teach me how to love. We taking it back.
Sir, you know what that means, right? Next week, we're going to see you. If you win next week, you're going to be sitting in the hot seat just like Mylena next season. You ready for that?
Oh,
this man, he just dipped. What the heck? His minutes must have ran out. Okay, so it's your man Mastermind. One time for your mind. Thank you so much for supporting us. See y'all at 10 o'clock on the after show. Love y'all. Peace.
Hey, yo, that time, man. The indie show. My main man, Mastermind.
The indie show, indeed, the flow sickening. Masterminded by mastermind, the plot thickens. Good riddance to other pies, the odds against them. Tuesday at 8 p.m., we back in business. Key is in the building, Jay is in the building. Giving the feeling that most of y'all been missing. All things indie, is it banging or whack? Can't call it, but we'll be the judge of that. And Logic came through with the verbal assist. Major League, we indie, ain't no canceling this. And Logic came through with the verbal assist. Major League, we indie, ain't no canceling this.
And I'm gone. The indie show with Mastermind.